Domantas Sabonis is a Sacramento King. The Kings traded away Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield, and Tristan Thompson in exchange for Sabonis, Jeremy Lamb, Justin Holiday, and a second-round pick. And this trade came with some backlash, and Haliburton seemed like a cornerstone piece for the team, but with this trade, the Kings has now paired together an all-star center with a growing all-star in Deaaron Fox. And the Kings hasn't had an all-star caliber center since DeMarcus Cousins. There are still question marks. We need to see how this will all work. Can Deaaron Fox make that next jump in his development? And can Domantas Sabonis anchor this Kings inconsistent defense? Sabonis and Miles Turner has had an interesting dynamic where Sabonis was a center on offense and Turner was a center on defense. But with this trade and the Kings not really having to stretch big, Sabonis is looking to be a full-time center. Sabonis is averaging this season 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists on 57.8% from the field, 32% from 3, and 73% from the free throw line. Per clearing the glass, 63% of Sabonis' shots comes at the rim, where he is shooting it at 73%, which ranks in the 77th percentile among bigs. 20% of Sabonis' shots comes in the mid-range, where he shoots it at 40%, which ranks in the 49th percentile. Sabonis is a post-up bruiser, and he has an array of fancy moves in the post to get by the defense and score. And he battles on the offensive glass. He averages 3.3 offensive rebounds a game. The three-point shooting from Sabonis is suspect. Most of his threes are on catch-and-shoot shots, and he hasn't been hitting it at a high clip. He doesn't attempt much threes. Through the months, he shot 23% in November, 33% in December. He has shot it at 47% in January, which is a big increase, but it's on low attempts. There would be games where he is 3 for 3, then another game where he's 0 for 3, then another game where he just won't attempt any threes, so on and so on. Sabonis drawing fouls. He shoots around 5 to 6 free throw attempts a game and is shooting it at 73%. With how much he bruises in the paint, it's surprising that this isn't a little bit more higher. We're going to look at Domantas Sabonis' debut, where he dropped 22 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists on 10 for 19 field goal shooting in a 132-119 victory over the Timberwolves. We're going to see how he impacted the Kings this game. Immediately, what jumps out the gates about Sabonis is his decision making and passing at the center spot. The Kings have a center who can bring the ball up in transition and make plays, as well as someone who can get the ball at the elbow and find cutters in the lane. On this play, Sabonis at the top of the key, Jared Vanderbilt comes up but loses track of his man in Harrison Barnes. Sabonis reads this and checks this smooth bounce pass to Barnes inside, and the Kings get a layup. He operates well out of a triple team here in the paint and is able to locate and another bounce pass, just beautiful pass to Metu, who cuts inside. And stuff like this should benefit everyone around Sabonis. It opens up the other guys on the court. Sabonis commands a lot of attention down low, which opens up backdoor cuts, open corner threes, or extra passes around the court. Sabonis is also a nice short roll passer, as illustrated here. He gets the ball on the roll. Seems like the open man is going to be Fox, as Noel is the low man defender, but Sabonis immediately realizes that Prince is rotating to cover the corner, so he beams this pass to Barnes on the wing. Sabonis relieves guys like Fox and Mitchell from being the primary ball handlers, and he can execute plays like this where he grabs the rebound, runs the floor in transition, reads the floor, sees Fox cutting inside, and Vanderbilt's body is turned away from Fox, so he bounce passes this to Fox, who is able to get inside and score. Now, the reason you get Sabonis is to pair him with Fox, so you expect the two-man game between these two to excel, but there is some good and some bad with the Fox pairing, and it just comes down to Fox and Sabonis' ability to shoot the basketball. Pick and pops are going to be interesting, as Sabonis doesn't really stretch the floor as well as you want him to. He does have a nice looking jump shot, I'll give him that, but you do want to see his percentage rise in three-pointers and even in the mid-range. Defenses are going to look to go under these ball screens from Sabonis, so if Fox can hit these pull-up threes at a respectable clip, it's going to get really scary, as it's going to force the defense to go over or even draw out the big man to hedge or play up more, which opens up more opportunities for Sabonis on the roll. There's evidence of that here as Fox, Sabonis pick and roll. The Wolves look to switch, which opens up this slip for Sabonis. Sabonis is able to get the ball and he's just crafty around the rim. The two-man game like this can be great here. An entry pass to Sabonis in the post, and Fox just cuts off of him going baseline, using that speed and drawing the defense onto him and finding the open man. As mentioned earlier, Sabonis' scoring mostly comes inside and he gives a lot of good production there. Sabonis is a bruiser and he's going to be a guy who can create down low and get easy buckets for the Kings. He can finish through contact and is able to find space and has good enough footwork to fool defenses. He can also take advantage of switches down low, here matched on Anthony Edwards, couple of back downs, then is able to get middle and get this layup inside. Getting an all-star big who can make plays, work well in handoffs, empty side pick and roll scenarios is going to progress this Kings offense a lot in the half court. With Sabonis, he allows them to get into some easy half court actions. Really gives the Kings a variety of options on offense with him on the floor, as well as some more off-ball movement from their players. The defense from Sabonis is going to be very interesting. He's going to be tested to see if he is a legitimate rim protector. Sabonis' game was pretty decent. He held his own against Karl-Anthony Towns. He did have 4 fouls this game. This is going to be another area to watch if he averages more fouls given his new role. He operated primarily as a drop coverage defender in pick and roll scenarios this game. We see him here in drop coverage against Anthony Edwards and he does hold his own. Hands up, gets a contest, forces Edwards to a tough shot. He probably isn't going to average a bunch of blocks, but just positioning himself well and getting contests on shots is going to be his main duty. The Kings do have him start sometimes at the level of his screen then drop, but he gets stuck in no man's land here as Russell slips this pass to Reed and Sabonis doesn't get a body on him early, resulting in him fouling Reed at the rim. On this play, Sabonis did work well here, starting at the level of the screener, then dropping, containing the ball handler, and then getting back to Reed. Then on the high pick and roll on the same play with Russell and Reed, he does a good job staying in a drop and forcing the ball out of Russell's hands. But once this happens, Sabonis has to locate Reed and recover to him. He doesn't do this and Reed gets a good look at 3. Just moving his body and just rotating around the court is going to be something to watch out for with him. This is a new role for Sabonis and we're going to just have to see how he adapts more as the season progresses. The Kings are looking to push for a play-in spot. They are currently 21-36 and are 12th in the Western Conference. With the addition of Sabonis, they get a bruiser, rebounder, and playmaker to play alongside Fox and open up more options in their half-court offense. That'll wrap it up for this video. What do you guys think about this trade and the state of the Kings? If you did like the video also, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like content like this. With all that being said, I will see you all in the next video.